What's going on, guys? Adam again, back with Atomic Garage. We're going to talk about today a little bit more Harbor Freight stuff, just a few things that you will not have any regrets for if you buy from them. Now, this is Harbor Freight's my store, basically, but these are things that you're not taking any chances on because they are awesome. And everybody that I know that used them also said that they love them as well. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Drop that intro. Alright guys, so the first thing that I would say that you guys won't feel bad about getting from Harbor Freight would be the premium line Ratchet. Now, there's a difference between the premium line Ratchet and those other chromish looking ratchets that's got the little flat piece that you got to twist and stuff, and you could tell it's poorly made. It usually comes in like old rickety plasticky box and stuff like that. The tooth is like missing already, and don't go for like the 30-cent ratchet. You could tell the made in China ones. And while these probably are also made in China, this one here, whole lot better. You can hear it. Fine tooth. An example of fine tooth would be my Craftsman Evo. I mean, it's been a long time since they had that brand or whatever, but that's even a thicker one. And I like the fine tooth because there's certain times, especially with 1/4-inch ratchets, that you don't have a lot of space, and that's why you're using a 1/4-inch ratchet. And sometimes you need just that tooth, just to try and get it going, or just to break it loose or something like that. So these ratchets right here are outstanding. The next thing that I truly love, I love this tool here. It is the spinning wheel of death. Right here, angle grinder. You see, I use mine quite a bit. This right here, they're going for like 10 bucks. $10. I have had this thing and I have beat on it. When you're grinding and stuff, you're not grinding light. You're usually getting it. When you're cutting, you're usually cutting with pressure. You're usually abusing this thing right here. 10 bucks. You probably can get it less with a coupon if you wanted to. And 4.5-inch angle grinder. You cannot go wrong with this at all. Now, I have heard of a few stories supposedly where they said, oh, it wasn't as strong, or they could hear the bushings in it or something like that. But when it comes down to just downright working, I have no problem. And actually, I want to go back and get some more so I don't have to change out the cutting wheel and stuff like that. I'll just have one for cutting, one for grinding and stuff like that. And a testament to how much I use it, one, I drop it all the time. It's not intentional. It really isn't, but I drop it all the time. Also, I use that Harbor Freight welder that is off of the flux core wire or whatever, and you get BBs everywhere. So I spend twice as much time grinding it back down because it's no shielding gas, and this is what gets it done. You can't go wrong. Now, with that being said, I will say that when you lock this bad boy, it becomes a spinning wheel of death. Lose your grip on it, and it's not going to be good for you. It's going to be dancing around on you. But other than that, this is amazing. This is the first one that I've had, and this is the only one I've had. I have not had a single hiccup with this angle grinder. That is number 2. Absolutely awesome. Next one that comes to mind would be the Sawzall. Come on now, gotta have a Sawzall, because you don't think you need a Sawzall until you need a Sawzall. Sounds stupid. There's gonna come a time where you can be like, God, if I just had that Sawzall. This Sawzall is like 25 bucks, I want to say 25 bucks, and also it's got the little rotating head. Works. I'm not even gonna lie to you, it works. I use this thing. Blade will tell you, I use this thing all the time. I love it. It's got a little lock interface right here, right there, and I mean, I have not gone wrong with it yet, and I've used this a lot as well. Just doing a little quick review on a lot of these tools that I've only bought one of, that I haven't had to warranty, that I haven't had problems with, and that I've asked a couple other people, and they're like, yeah, I got that same one. It works perfect. That's something else that works absolutely perfect. Dead blow hammer. Dead blow hammer comes in for any kind of metal fabrication or anything else you can find yourself wanting to hammer on, but don't want to leave a mark on it. I mean, I actually use this right here to install with the handle the pistons in my engines. That's what I do personally. And you know, Snap-on actually has one that's got a longer snout or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. A longer piece here where you got more clearance or whatever. But you know what? This for like, I think it was like $3.99. I want to say $3.99. You can't beat that. I haven't had a single problem with that yet. Now that is my main few things that I can think of just offhand that are absolutely awesome. But as we know, there are certain things that you do not buy from, or do not let them give to you from, Harbor Freight. And one of those things that I can attest to is a multimeter. They have those little cheap red multimeters. I think I've been throwing mine away, I believe. Those multimeters are trash. The ones that's, oh, it's free if, you know, you just come in and buy something, we'll give it to you for free. Denied. That's the one time that buying something for free is not worth it. Go ahead, spend a little bit extra money, a little bit extra coin. Now I'm not saying run out and go and buy a fluke meter. Nobody's saying do that. But you should, I advise you to buy a multimeter that's halfway decent. I bought this multimeter, and this meter is at least 7-8 years old. 7-8 years old. And I got it from Cornwell, and I think I got it for $120. Hold your horses. That's good. And it doesn't come with this by itself. It comes with a whole kit. Okay, this does, it can be a tack if you want it to. It does so many different things, and it comes in a kit for $120. That is amazing, and I love that. Don't waste your money on even just taking that free multimeter. Not worth it. Next thing I would advise not to cheap out on. Do not cheap out on this right here, wire strippers. Now, a lot of people just use the regular wire strippers where you just pull the wire and pull it like that. But Harbor Freight sells, this is not it, but Harbor Freight sells one just like this. When I first got into the automotive field, I went through like, I don't know how many. They broke just taking them out the packet. That's how bad they are. That's how bad they were. And if I got to a point where I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to just go ahead and buy me a decent one. That's when Cornwell was coming around. I bought this off of him. I actually still got the little price tag on it, and I spent $25.95 years ago. Works perfect every time. Every single time. There are certain things that you can buy and just use your discretion. Some things don't waste your time on. A lot of the stuff that's got batteries, battery powered and stuff, yeah, you're taking a real big gamble and stuff like that. But this is an honorable mention on something that is not from Harbor Freight, but has saved a lot of money. The Titan Stud Extractor. You can buy this from O'Reilly's. You can buy this from O'Reilly's, and I think it cost me like $12, I want to say. And I have not had a single stud, not a single stud, that I could not get out. I mean, it opens up and it's got a jaw on it that when it clamps down onto it and you lock it down completely, it's coming out. It's coming out. I haven't had one break off on me yet. Not one. So that, money well spent. Money well spent. You don't have to worry about fixing threads and stuff, because when this takes it out, and I haven't had a single problem. Haven't had a single problem. Now, last thing just crossed my mind. I'd recommend not buying from Harbor Freight. We know it gets bad if we have to break out the tap and die set. Usually when we have to take that set out, we're not having a good time. For the most part. Sometimes it's okay. For the most times, it's not all that great. Do not waste your time on this. Yes, you saw it. This set from Harbor Freight is garbage. I mean, let's be honest. The set is garbage, and that's why you see, oh, everything's still in there, nothing's tore apart. Now, these are supposed to hold it. Garbage. Strips out. Don't even waste your time on it. Garbage. Don't even waste your time on it. A lot of these bits and stuff like that, it sounds crazy, but that, I mean, well, it wouldn't sound crazy. It's poorly manufactured, and the tolerance of a lot of these are off. So when you use one of these to rethread something, and then you get the correct bolt for it, it still doesn't fit right. And that is the most annoying thing in the world. Don't waste your time on that tap and die set. Please don't. You will be heartbroken. You will be angry, and you know, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So that's just what comes to my mind on things that you would be better off buying, and some things you should avoid is the prices. And that's how Harbor Freight gets us. We've all got by Harbor Freight with things that really aren't any good. The things that I said you should not buy, I'd recommend staying away from. The other things you should buy, free conscience. And even if you buy that Sawzall, because you're going to say, when was the last time I needed a Sawzall? Every time that I have said, when is the last time I needed a Sawzall? Every time, within a week later, every single time, I needed a Sawzall. Or I needed that tool that I picked up, looked at, said, when the last time I needed it, and put it back down. When you do that, it's like life has a way of saying, you should have bought it, idiot. And then you get mad and you regret it, and then you go and buy it. So that's what we got for today. Again, I want to thank you guys for making that last video I made reach over 100 views. That was absolutely outstanding. If you guys like me talking about Harbor Freight, because I have way more stuff that I can cover. If you guys do like the whole Harbor Freight bit, I can make that like a little mini series or something, kind of get off of the car. And another reason why I'm doing it today is because South Carolina weather is atrocious right now, and of course I work outside, so it's like rainy and stuff, and that's what we got going on. Update on the car that we're working on. It's raining outside, so I can't do anything like I just said, but the timing, I believe, is too much. I believe I got too much timing. It's the Pontiac 400, and it's got a cam and all that good stuff. And when I get on it, it's like it starts missing. It starts missing, and I think that 12 degrees may be too much. So I'm gonna back it back to maybe 8, and we'll drive it and see if we can get a good hit off it. Because I know, I mean, this engine is built to do torque. It's just meant for just massive manly burnouts. Just, it's in my eyes, burnout. Now that's what you can't breathe. Roasted tires, burn it to the ground, tires explode, burnouts. That's what I'm going for, or at least somewhere close to it. And right now, she's just like that. And I don't like that, and I believe it's my timing. So that's what we'll do with that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Please hit that like button. That's the only way I'm gonna know if you guys like this video or would rather go without the video. Also, please subscribe to the channel as well. Subscribing, it will help me see, okay, well, I think I might be going in the right direction. It helps me out a ton. So please and thank you, and have a good day. Peace.